Hello and welcome to the Wolfchase Toyota Insider, the Memphis Tiger Network. I'm Jeff Brightwell alongside Matt Reiser. Coach, great to catch up with you here midway through the season. You still have a lot of league games left. I think 18 league games left. Coming off a nice win on Sunday, it was one of those games where you're down to two-thirds of your lineup with some injuries after Friday, but what a gutsy performance by your ball club.
Yeah, it is. It was a tremendous performance by our guys. Just obviously with all the injuries we had on Friday, probably one of the weirder weekends I've had. Just the change in weather, all the rain we had there on Saturday, historical rain on Saturday to move a game. Obviously, their final game there on Sunday where we're down 8-3 and. Down 3 players and a closer and the whole deal. So a lot of odds stacked against us, but for the guys to be as resilient as they were, to come out, score 10 unanswered runs, some big days at the park in the box for a guy like Seth Cox and Cade Greer and those guys that haven't got a ton of opportunities, have been in there kind of in roles. Obviously, moving forward with injuries, we'll have to kind of do this more consistently for us. And again, got to win when we had to have one. It was good to see Stepper back on the mound and get out there and get that close for us as well. So overall, it'd been kind of in a funk for a couple of weeks, but to get back in that win column felt really, really good.
You never want to face that type of adversity, especially with the injuries, but sometime, and I know this is a weird statement, may kind of take pressure off. It's a matter of guys getting opportunities, just go out there and play. There's no expectations on you now. Right. Let's just see what you can do. Go out there and play the game.
Yeah, in all honesty, I thought we played decent through that stretch. The reality of the gauntlet of the schedule we were in. Obviously we opened up conference play at East Carolina, the 6-time reigning champion or whatever you want to call it for the American Conference, and then got back against a good Charlotte team that was feeling good. That took Arkansas to the brinks in the preseason several times, and so and then you put in Mississippi State and Ole Miss between those. So we didn't play perfect baseball or great baseball. We played good baseball, and usually in that stretch you win a few games. So now once that monkey kind of got on our back a little bit, a lot of close games, ones we weren't getting. Again, maybe they put some pressure in there. So to your point is, maybe what happened there on Friday, maybe it was a little bit more inspirational for Sunday to go and get one for all those guys that were out. Maybe it took a little bit of the pressure off of now the expectation. Again, maybe nobody expects us to win type of deal. I would hope it would be more of the first part of it than it is the second part of it. But we'll see. Obviously moving forward, we still got a lot of season left, like you said. We've got 6 weekends in the American Conference play left, and hopefully this is the one that gets kind of rolling a little bit. And we were close. We had to make some pitches in some moments. We had to get some hits in some moments, make some plays in some moments, and we did that yesterday. So if we do that more consistently, we'll have more wins.
Let's backtrack a little bit. Second season here at Memphis last year is about setting the foundation, how you want the program to run. You brought in 25 newcomers this year. You went heavy on the pitching, both on the field and externally. How has year 2 been for you?
Yeah, I'll see a lot of changes. A lot of changes to our roster, administration, a lot of changes, right, as well in this first year, in the transition to year 2. So I think there's a lot of good, though, in it. I thought we did a really good job of recruiting the right guys in the locker room. We've seen that being tested here in the last couple of weeks. Getting off to a decent start at the non-conference play with a good win, conference win at La Tech. You can see the fruition of coming to fruition a little bit of what we put into this. And like you said, the number one thing we needed was pitching. Just when we looked at last year, when we were recruiting, there was 3 things we wanted to get done. One was obviously the pitching. We had to have more depth in that aspect of it. And we're in a much better place. And even though the overall record might not reflect that right now of where we are in year 2 compared to year 1, we're definitely in a better place holistically, right? I think we're better obviously on the mound. The locker room has gotten a little bit more unity to it, a little bit more team chemistry there as far as that goes. So we're progressing in the right direction that we want to progress in. Also, we want to get there a little quicker than what we are right now. And
externally, I know you continue to fight for the fan experience, to make it an event. And you mentioned new administration with Dr. Ed Scott, former college baseball player, and he played at at Albany, which is it's not one of the blue blood programs. So I think I don't know if it's a double-edged sword, but when he talks to you, he'll understand what your needs are, what you need now, and maybe what you want in the future. So I guess that helps out a little bit.
Yeah, well, he's seen both ends of the hourglass, right? Yeah. He's seen where you have limited resources. He's also been at Virginia as administrator, where you have a ton of resources, right? So he knows what the bottom and the top look like, and what we are kind of in between of those two, right? We've got some great resources here at the University of Memphis, and there's some more resources we need to continue to get to grow our program and get better and be more consistent in what we're doing. And so now having these conversations with a guy like Ed and a baseball guy. He knows where first base is, right? All those kind of things. So some of these conversations that we have internally, he understands exactly where I'm coming from. He's seen, again, what it looks like at the Omaha level, being in Virginia, obviously playing at Albany and being at the mid-major level. Obviously, he comes from Morgan State, where, again, where it's limited resources. You've got to be creative in some of the things that you do to create, an atmosphere that can win with limited resources. So I think we gel really well together. I think the vision for this place and what we want to build is obviously there for us as well. And again, we're competitors, so we want to get there quickly and as quickly as possible. But some of this does take a little bit of time of getting there, and I know that they're investing in us. And I think that's, again, when I took this job 2 years ago, I wanted an administration that was intentional about baseball. Dr. Ed Scott has done a really, really good job of showing he's going to be intentional about baseball moving forward.
You continue, and your team does. I think they got a record in community service hours, whether it's community service, are you getting out and talking to fans and potential supporters of the team to gain that interest, to make sure everything is going the same direction? You get some of that, let's be honest, get some boosters out there with some financial backing to help the program.
Well, again, you want a relationship component, right? And I think we spend a lot of time in trying to develop that, right? We are busy on the field, right? The fundamentals on the field, the wins and losses obviously are the most important part of it. But you want to do a good job of building everything around it. And I think, when you're looking for consistency in what you're trying to build and a foundational core of what you're trying to build, when you spend time in those relationships, whether it's with the players, donors, fans, whoever it may be, and you give them those opportunities to interact, they invest in something that they believe in. And so, again, that's what we're trying to build from a program aspect of it. We've been able to develop that a little bit. We obviously want to continue to cultivate that a little bit more moving forward. And we have people in place administratively that will help us so we can focus on the baseball side of things as well as the external things, right? It's not all on one plate. And again, you've got to prioritize some of the things that you know are going to get done and move forward. And so I think we've got a good vision where administratively, as a staff, as a team, as a program, we're aligning those priorities pretty well.
Then tonight at 6:05, a chance to go out there and compete again against a top 10 team, and also a chance to showcase Memphis, because like last week against Mississippi State, probably have a pretty hefty crowd tonight at FedEx Park.
Yeah, I think it's going to be awesome. Again, I got the question on the radio the other day, and hey, man, why do you do this? And so, one, obviously, we want to be prepared for American Conference play, right? When we get in there, it's a gauntlet. The last 3 weeks, we faced American Conference Pitcher of the Year, who's also been up for National Pitcher of the Year as well, or week as well. So, this is a situation where we get a chance to go in and prepare ourselves for a weekend against FAU, who's coming off a sweep of East Carolina. First time East Carolina's been swept at home in a long, long time. So we're going to face a really good club this weekend. So the preparation, obviously, in tonight, it's going to be a great crowd. It's going to be great competition. You're going to feel the electricity in the ballpark. And to be back on campus, again, the Memphis Redbird Stadium is fantastic. It's historical. But when you put 2,500 to 3,500 people in that stadium, it just doesn't have the same electricity as if you put that inside of FedEx Fogelman. When you do that inside of FedEx Fogelman, the energy just, again, it gets electric. It starts to bring students more, right, to on campus, because that's the consistency factor you want. Yes, you want them there for the Ole Miss and Mississippi State game, but you also want them there Friday night for South Florida, the Thursday night game against Rice, and those kind of things. So the more you can do on campus and create the atmosphere, I think the more success you're going to have doing that holistically.
Well, you speak about that. How fun has it been every game now? It seems like you come out for batting practice and you look out beyond left field in that new student housing, which is going to be a little over 500 beds, and here in a season or two, you're going to have a built-in audience across the street. Look, we've all been in school, sitting there doing the homework. I need to get out of this dorm room and do something, and there's the ballpark.
Yeah, again, just where this thing's growing, right? We're starting at the bottom and working our way up, and a project like that also is going to help just again, holistically in what we're trying to build internally from a team, but externally on the field, but even to the university component of it as well. We want all of it, right, because we want to represent, obviously, the university, right, in a first-class manner, the program in a first-class manner. But also, we want the city represented as well. There's a lot of great things about Memphis that we love, and we want to be able to showcase that. So the more that we can, again, get fans and bodies on campus and take that pride into, hey, man, yes, I'm a student at the University of Memphis. They don't just go to school and say, yeah, I'm in school. Hey, man, I'm at Memphis. And they take some pride when they say that, and then have that pride, obviously, at the Memphis Athletics as well. So I think that whole project's going to help us, from a recruiting standpoint as well. When you start talking about freshmen, sophomores, heck, I mean, if I'm a senior, I want to say right behind left field, I can live right there and walk to the ballpark back and forth. I don't even need a car. So I think once that project's completed, obviously it'll do things aesthetically right to the ballpark that you see visually. I think it'll help us operationally wise, right? Get some people into the ballpark, and it'll create the atmosphere that we want consistently.
As we wrap it up, again tonight against Ole Miss, but then this weekend you're back on the road. Second road series in league play down at FAU. It'll be our first trip at FAU.
Yeah, never been. Heard a lot of great things about the place and Boca Raton, how gorgeous it is, and so we'll get a chance to go down there and see it. Mac does a fantastic job. Is one of college baseball's best coaches in the country. Year in, year out. Even in the new era we're in with transfer portal and NIL and everything else, that you have great players that leave and come and go. He's consistently always got a winner man down there, and that's why we were excited about adding them into the American Conference, to be honest with you. We knew we had a team that's going to be a regional competitor year in and year out, and so, again, it'll be another dogfight for us. They've got a Friday night guy like everybody else does, right? You're going to have to execute and do some things. So we're excited about the challenge and the opportunity to go down there and continue to get this thing going in the right direction.
All right, Coach, great to catch up with you.
Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate you.
That is head coach Matt Reiser. I'm Jeff Brightwell with the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network.